At least we don't have to wander around.
It's my birthday!
No court for Max's birthday.
Yay! No court on New Year's either. Yay, we get to postpone this until the 2nd. We have plenty of time.
Number 5. We have 5?
Rhino. No. 5.
Stop that.
No. 5.
Good morning, Max.
It's my birthday! Oh, yeah. Good morning, sweeties. You don't seem like your usual sparkling self today. I'm always like this before I go in front of an audience. I'm working up to it.
Tee-hee. Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk. That is not a glass.
Well, maybe she's pouring it from a glass, but that's just more recognizable. Because it does say milk on it.
Regina!
Oh, fabulous! My sweetie pie princess! You came to watch my performance today?
Of course I did. Mo told me I should come and watch this.
Mo said that?
So, what kind of performance will you put on today? Let me guess, you'll fly at the end?
It's not that kind of show. Isn't that right, my sweeties?
Huh?
I think my sweetie pie princess doesn't... Yeah, she doesn't seem to realize what's going on, or even where she is.
Well, Max, looks like it's time to raise the curtain. I'll see you later. Today I'm just a member of the audience.
Fabulous! Enjoy yourself out there.
Good luck, Max. You're the best. Sparkle, sparkle. Regina's different, don't you think, Nick?
Top of the morning to you. Everybody, let's get ready to get stuck in legal limbo. How low can you go? Mo. Top of the morning to you, Governor. Top of the morning. That's the ticket. Attack of the day starts with energy in the morning. The early bird gets the worm, but then again, worms lack higher brain function. Ha 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 ha. Here, Max, I brought you a present. Have some milk. Oh my, thank you. If he really was you, Rhino, he wouldn't be complaining about more milk.
He wasn't complaining.
He looks shocked, like, oh no. So how are you today, Wright? Well, I've got the feeling that today I'm going to face off against the real criminal. You mean Acro?
Huh? You think he did it?
Be careful. He's used to putting his life on the line, literally. He's got guts to spare. If all I've got to worry about is how thin the tightrope is, I'm used to it already. It just means that I won't be able to press him like I can other witnesses.
What are you gonna do then, Nick?
I guess today we'll just have to do without our usual psychological warfare. Today we rely on evidence. It's the only way we'll get past Acro and to the truth.
That's an interesting twist to your press everything thing.
I don't think that's what it means. I think it just means that won't be useful.
You're right. It's gonna be tough.
Anyways, I want you to make sure that Regina sees it all today. It's important. Then she'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father.
You want us to make sure Regina watches?
Yes, that's why I brought her here to court today.
He's acting much more like a ringleader instead of a clown this morning.
Yeah.
Also, how big is that pile of cards now?
What's that supposed to mean? She needs to know that when people die, they don't just become stars. I may be an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars. Admittedly, I'm kind of agreeing with him here. It's kind of like, hey, wake the fuck up.
Well, he is the one that said living in a fantasy might not be a good thing.
So did Acro. Like, I feel like I don't know what Ben's thoughts are, obviously, but...
Ben's doing his thing, trying to up his career and such.
But Max seems to be the only remaining one who doesn't mind Regina living in it like a fantasy world, because like Acro and Mo are both seem to not like it, so I feel like this is probably a good idea, even though he seems kind of like a dick by doing this.
Oh no, to me it seems fine. Max to me at this point is less stuck in his fantasy world and more like he's constantly in character.
No, I mean more like Max is the only one who doesn't seem to care about Regina living in her world.
Oh, yeah, probably. The court is now in session in the trial of Maximilian Galactico. Hell of a name, that. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Very well, Ms. Von Karma, you may proceed with your case. The prosecution would like to revise its previous theory of events.
Typo.
What's the meaning of this? We have discovered a new witness, or shall I say, a new eyewitness. One that saw Maximilian Galactica fly off the scene of the crime. Order. I had a feeling something like this would come up.
Judge seems very emotionless today.
Due to this revision, we are now prepared to explain how the defendant flew that night. An explanation the prosecution will present if the need so arises. In fact, my detective stayed up all night creating a mock-up of the scene on my orders.
Poor Gumshoe.
Very well. Please call your witness to the stand.
Time to get to work.
Motion.
Or shall I say, time to walk the courtroom tightrope.
Stop your punny thoughts, I can sense them. Oh, a third bird. Name and occupation. Oh, right, I'm this guy.
Have fun.
Ken Dingling, but everyone just calls me Acro. I'm employed as an acrobat at the Very Big Circus. Where were you on the night of the crime? I was in my room that night. If you look at the map, you will see the witness's room is near the crime scene. My room is on the 3rd floor. The crime scene is below my window. The night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. Would you tell us what you witnessed? Okay.
Only if my birds get to contribute.
Tweet, tweet. I told you 140 characters max. It was just after 10 p.m. and I was resting in my bed. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window, and it makes me sad. Then a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but that's who it looked like. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming. This witness's testimony matches up exactly with that of the clown. If that's the case, then there is very little the prosecution need add. All that's left is to explain how the defendant disappeared into the night sky.
Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness.
A foolish choice by a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolish sadness of a sad fool. A man must know the proper timing for things, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Just like your old friend, Mr. Miles Edgeworth did. Mr. Wright, do you have a problem with the witness's testimony?
In the words of Ms. Von Karma, may I quote yesterday's proceedings, "There's no way that actually happened."
Very well. You may proceed with your cross-examination.
It's gonna bite us in the ass that we didn't actually wait to hear that, isn't it?
Probably.
Okay. Let's see if pressing anything causes a problem. You said that you were resting in bed. One would thus assume that you turned the lights off in your room, correct?
That's correct. But there are safety lights around the outside of the lodging house. It's so bright, sometimes it can make it hard to sleep. If that's the case, wouldn't it be a good idea to close some curtains? I never really thought of that. I guess that means I'm off to buy some curtains. Sometimes I do make myself useful in these chambers. Oh, the witness will proceed with his testimony.
At least it wasn't me that got whipped for that. Okay, so we're fine with pressing everything.
I wonder if Von Karma is willing to whip a wheelchair-bound person.
I don't think she will.
Yeah.
Especially since it seems like she prepped him for this, so...
Also, he has birds.
Also, I feel like if she was not able to move fast enough, I feel like he could probably move that wheelchair pretty quickly. He could probably get over to her and, like, if not for the whole not allowed to hit a girl or shit like that, he could probably get over there and just grab her. He's pretty strong.
Yeah. Right.
Your room is on the 3rd floor, right?
Yes.
And you said that you were resting in bed.
That is correct.
But you were still able to hear a sound from outside?
I was indeed.
Pressing Acro doesn't seem to get results. Maybe something was contradictory with what he just said?
I didn't hear anything wrong with yes.
hang on a moment first. Okay, let's see if we can actually think of what the contradiction could be first.
Okay.
The thing we're pressed right now was him saying that he heard a thump from outside. He was, and
I got nothing.
I feel like we're gonna end up getting penalized if this is wrong.
The first time, I don't know if we should push this.
I mean, before there have been times when pushing it was bad, but
When?
no, not like the first time, but I know before it happened. Like shit, I can't even remember now. It was not this case, but
I can't remember when we're pushing was bad, but in this case...
not necessarily pushing, but like going along with it or whatever. The thing with Mo's joke. But I know there was a time other than that, I'm pretty sure. Anyway.
I got nothing.
Right, remember that, no, not necessarily pushing, but like a time when I said to like back down instead of present evidence at one point. I'll try it, I guess. There's a huge contradiction with the testimony that was just given.
If there's a contradiction, then prove it with evidence. She's right. Let's see some evidence. Do you have any evidence to support your claim of contradiction? I got no idea.
I really don't think so. Also, I can't get out of this without presenting something, so...
Yeah.
Money, maybe? I don't know.
You might have to take a hit.
I mean, we don't have our damage bar up there, so I think we might be fine, but still. I don't really know, man. I'll present the map and see what happens. I don't know.
I think we'll have to back off here. If this doesn't work. What in the world is this? Oh. You just don't get it, do you, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
What don't I get?
You're not going to be able to get through this one with your usual bluff routine. Your client looks to be ready to take off once again. Straight towards a guilty verdict. You were bluffing? I will not forgive any more mockeries made of this court.
Whoops.
Witness. Would you mind repeating your testimony? Certainly.
Alright, since it got us out of there, yeah, we weren't supposed to do that. So yeah, we don't push on anything unless we actually know there was a contradiction. Are you sure it was a human being? It could have been a mannequin or perhaps a large action figure. What, really?
Well, setting aside the possibility of a mannequin, an action figure is plausible. You have no need to mince words with Mr. Phoenix Wright. Testify to the truth, and only the truth, just as if we were there with you that night. I believe it was a human.
Damn, that just strengthens his testimony. Wonder if Acro's statement jives with the facts.
That's just... What's the matter, Mr. Wright?
Nothing, Your Honor. So I can find a clear contradiction, I should tread lightly. The light in your room was turned off then, right?
That's true. I was going to bed, after all.
So with the lights off, you were still able to clearly see a human fly by your window?
The safety lights lit things up enough for me to see. But honestly, there was only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside my window. It was the person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses on the front. Did you see any of the other symbols? As clearly as I saw the silk hat, as well as the cloak wrapped around his body. I'm convinced that the person I saw was Max Galactica.
The more I press him, the less results I seem to get. Maybe there was something fishy, blah blah blah.
Nah. It's something we might have to come back to with the hat thing, because we do have the bust and stuff, but we have nothing solid yet. There's no contradiction, there are only theories.
When did you start thinking that what you saw wasn't a dream?
That's not important.
I believe that the prosecution has done a bit of maintenance on the witness's memory.
Just to make sure, let's ask the witness. Oh, objection! Sustained.
Don't sustain that!
Acro must be lying about things, huh?
Of course he is. Now the challenge will be to expose his lies in court.
Well, put the pedal to the metal, Nick. Thank you, Maya. You were very helpful.
Okay. Alright, well, step one, double check this. 10:15, okay.
Alright. Thump. Flying.
So, someone flying. Only saw him from behind.
I don't think Maya has anything.
I think what we need to do is we need to figure out the point where we need to actually push more and then play evidence there.
It seems like pushing on these never really gave us any extra information. So I think we just need to present from here. Which I think you're right, probably need to push, and then it's like, did I see something? And then we say yes. And then we go, okay, yeah. So yeah, press first. What's the next one?
Dream.
The dream one? Okay, yeah. Only saw him from behind. I think this is probably the most likely one. That's true. Blah blah. DD. Silhouette. Hat.
Yes, there is a contradiction here, because remember, the hat was left behind at the scene.
Ah.
That's probably the closest we're going to get.
Will that work again?
There's a huge contradiction with the testimony that was just given.
If there's a contradiction, then prove it with evidence. Raw, evidence. Raw. Support, raw. Contradiction.
You claim to have seen the exact same thing Mo saw that night. Do you stand by that?
What do you mean?
The silk hat.
What about the silk hat? I saw it on Max's head as he flew by my window.
Well, you should have tried looking down out of your window that night.
That would have been quite difficult considering the state I'm in. Just looking outside of the window was tough enough challenge for me.
That's a shame, because you would have noticed the silk hat found on the scene.
That's the ringmaster's hat, right?
Afraid not. No matter how you look at it, this is Max's silk hat.
Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright?
My god, you're dense!
Are you saying that Max has two silk hats?
No, this is a handmade, one-of-a-kind model made only for Maximilian Galactica.
Though it is surprising he does not have a spare.
Which means, Acro, that you've been fibbing on the stand. Actually, it's on the sit.
And you get on me for making jokes.
Look! Now we're even! Besides, I really couldn't help that one.
Order, and also shame. Like always, someone has to open their mouth before thinking. Are you okay, Nick?
Well, I opened my big mouth, and now I have to back it up.
How about it, Mr. Wright? What will cause this witness to commit perjury in today's court?
Should I just straight up say?
Oh.
Because we're right here now, so.
He wouldn't have a grudge against him. He was not dreaming.
Nah. I'm getting a Steam message. No, I will not restart Steam. Fuck off. Your Honor. On this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself.
On this occasion. Accuses Acro? What in the world are you thinking of? Or accusing him of?
Obviously, we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Berry.
Rabble, rabble, rabble. Mr. Wright, are you serious?
Deadly serious, Your Honor. Hey, she liked my pun.
I think your trips to the circus have served you well. You seem to remember how to try and grab an audience's hearts and minds. Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by theatrics. Trying to wow the crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book. Really? If you don't believe me, just look at the witness.
Birds.
He's calm enough for it to almost be scary.
Ow. Ow. He's sending birds to attack me! He is staying rather calm and collected.
Bitch, why are you threatening my friend? Mr. Dingling. Do you have any response to the defendant's accusation?
I don't approve of you laughing at my name.
I don't really need to say a thing, do I? What do you mean? Everyone, take a good look at me. I can't even stand up by myself, let alone leave the logic house. But that's true. I understand that Mr. Wright is just trying to help his client. But to do this by accusing me of a murder of all things. See, even a sliver of common sense makes it clear that the accusation is ludicrous.
It says silver, actually.
I
Typo.
know, but I read it as the right thing.
She's right. Way to pick on the disabled, you heartless, cruel man. Jeez, I didn't know this courtroom was fucking Tumblr. Phoenix is a poopy head.
Yep, Tumblr. See that, Mr. Phoenix, right? If you're trying to drum up support from the peanut gallery, that's how you do it. I think that's enough of this little game. I've got a doctor's note to confirm that Acro is unable to stand under his own power. Maybe the defense is planning on making the claim to counter this one as well. I can hear the defense now. Acro had an accomplice. What do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did Acro have an accomplice? Ooh.
Give me a moment. Because this is two people who are saying this about the hat still being on him.
Yes.
And I feel like Acro might have mentioned that because he just didn't know the silk hat. He didn't know the silk hat was like left behind. In fact, he might have not even known that it was being worn. So is there some sort of proof, some sort of way to say that Acro would have like dropped the bust onto him and then like got it back up? Like maybe the really strong monkey, but I don't know if that counts as an accomplice.
I don't know. I think he could have just pulled it back or someone else did, but I'm still wondering how they got the clothes off the guy without
the monkey. I don't know.
Footprints. I mean,
Maybe
the monkey maybe just hung on the statue or something, but I don't know.
Would the monkey count as an accomplice? Because I don't think of anyone else who would have helped him, because he hates Regina and nobody else really would have helped him, let's be honest.
Right.
We will be penalized for this.
It's not much, though.
I'm gonna say he didn't.
Okay. Now then, this must be when we get to hear the name of the mystery accomplice.
Not this time, Von Karma.
What?
You're not going to sucker me into this one.
What are you blabbering about, Mr. Wright?
There was no accomplice. Acro planned and committed this murder all by himself.
Rabble, rabble, rabble.